Chapter 4, Graphs and Transformations, Part 4, Points of Intersection. In this video, we are going to looking intersection of the graphs. First question, on the same diagram, sketch the graphs of y equals x squared times x minus 3 and y equals 2 over x. The first graph is the cubic graph. So x squared times x is a positive x cube. So this is a positive cubic graph. The second one, y equals 2 over x, which is reciprocal graph. So first I'm going to draw the cubic graph. When x equals 0, y equals 0. When y equals 0, x equals 0 and it's a repeated root, x equals 3. So I'm going to draw the graph. This is 0. This is 3. So this is a positive cubic graph. So the graph start from the bottom left side. The x equal to 0 is a repeated root. Okay. So the graph start from the left hand side. This is a label. It is y equals x squared times x minus 3. The second graph is a reciprocal. When x is positive value, y is positive, and the x equal to 0 and y equal to 0 is a asymptote. So the graph, I'm going to draw the green line. The graph comes like this way. Not going to touch the x-axis and y-axis. When x is negative, y also negative. The graph comes like this. So label this one. Y equals 2 over x. Y equals 2 over x. The next part, state the number of real roots, real solutions to the equations. So this means the two graphs, how many points these two graphs are intersect. So here we have 2 points, intersection points. So the answer is 2. Next question, on the same graph, sketch the graphs of y equals x squared minus 1 and x minus 2. So I'm going to draw the first one. If I draw, first graph is the cubic graph, and x squared times x, which is positive x cube. So this is a positive cubic graph. So first I'm going to draw the cubic graph. So when x equal to 0, y equals positive 2. X equal to 0, then minus 1 times minus 2, positive 2. Then y equals 0, x equals 2, and we can factorize x squared minus 1. We can factorize x minus 1 and x plus 1. So x equals minus 1 and x equals plus 1. So I'm going to draw the graph. Say 0 is 1, 2, negative 1. Then it's 2. Okay, now sketch the graph. So this is a positive x cubic graph. So the graph start from the bottom left. The graph start from the bottom left and cut the y-axis, y equals 2. So this graph start from the comes like this. This is y equals x. Let's label it y equals x squared minus 1 times x minus 2. The second graph, y equals 14x plus 2, which is a straight line graph. So when I'm going to draw the green line, okay. So when x equal to 0, when x equal to 0, y equals 2. When y equals 0, x equal 2 over 14, which is negative 2 over 14, which is 1 over 7. So 1 over 7, negative over 7. X equal to 0, y equals 2. This is the point. So this graph is going to places. Okay. Here, here. The second part. So before that, I'm going to label this graph. So y equals, this green one is the y equals 14x plus 2. Second part, find the coordinates of the points of intersection. So we have two linear simultaneous equations. So we are going to solve these simultaneous equations. So I'm going to solve this one. So x squared minus 1 times x minus 2 equals 14x plus 2. So we need to expand this bracket. Okay, so x squared times x cubed minus 2x squared and minus 1 times x minus 1 times minus 2 plus 2 equals 14x plus 2. Now rearrange equal to 0. So x cubed minus 2x squared minus x plus 2 minus 14x minus 2 equals 0. Now simplify. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 15x, then positive 2, negative 2 cancel, and equals 0. Now we need to factorize this one. This is x cube equation. So take x out of the bracket. So x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. Now again we can factorize. So x times, if you multiply positive negative 15, if you add negative 2, so x times equals 0. 3 times 5, 15. If you add 5 take away 3 is 2. So negative 5, positive 3. Okay. So the roots are x equal 0 and x equal 5 and x equal minus 3. So I'm going to write here. So you need to find the coordinates when x equal to 0. You need to find the coordinates. X equal to 0, I'm going to put the y equals 14x plus 2. So when x equal to 0, the coordinates 14 times 0 is 0, so plus 2. This is 1 point. What is the intersection? When x equal to minus 3, so x equal to minus 3, 14 times minus 3 plus 2, 14 times minus 3, you can solve this, minus 42 plus 2, which is minus 40. And another one, x equal to 5. So 5 times 14 times 5 plus 2, which is 72. Sorry, 70 plus 2, which is 72. So 5 comma 72. So this is the answer. See that these are the intersection points. One is here. One is here. 1 point. Another point here. Another point is going to be intersect is further. If I extend this graph, it's going to be intersect 5 comma 7. Pause this video and try it yourself. On the same diagram, sketch the graph of y equals x squared and y equals x plus 1 times x minus 1 squared. The first graph is the quadratic graph. The second one is the cubic graph. The cubic graph is the positive cubic graph. So first I am going to draw the cubic graph, where the graph cuts x-axis and y-axis. So when x equal to 0, y is 1 times negative 1 square, which is positive 1 times 1 is 1. When y equals 0, x equal minus 1 and x equal 1 plus 1. It's a repeated one. And now I'm going to mark the coordinates. positive 1, negative 1, this is 1. Now the positive cubic graph start from the bottom left corner. Then the x equal to 1 is the repeated root, so touch the x-axis. The graph start from here. Let's label this one. Y equals x plus 1 times x minus 1 squared. Now the second graph is quadratic. I'm going to draw this one. It's a green line. This way. So these are the intersection points. So the second part, state the number of real solution to the equation. So the it means how many points this graph's intersection. So the answer is 3. Next one, on the same diagram, get the graphs of y equals x squared plus 3x minus 10 and y equals 2x plus 2. So the first graph is the quadratic. Second graph is the straight line graph. First I am going to draw the quadratic graph. So x equal to 0. So I'm going to find the coordinates for the x-axis where the graph cut the x-axis and y-axis. So x equal to 0, y equals negative 10, then y equals 0. So we need to factorize this one. X squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. So we need to factorize. So if you multiply negative 10, if you add positive 3, so plus 5 and negative 2. 5 times 2, 10. So the x equal minus 5 and x equal 2. So here I'm going to mark the points. X equal to 2, x equal to minus 5 and minus 10. Minus 10. It's 10. Now I'm going to draw the graph. So this is a positive x squared. So the quadratic graph is the minimum point. So the minimum points between middle point of the roots, negative 5 and 2. Negative 5 between the middle of the negative 5 and 2. So I'm going to draw the graph. This y equals x squared plus 3x minus 10. The next one is a straight line graph. When x equal to 0, x equal to 0, y is 2. Then y equals 0, x equal negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. So the coordinates 0, 2, negative 1, 0. The graph goes like this way. So here the intersection points, 2 points. Second part, find the coordinates of the points of intersection. So we have two simultaneous equations. Solve this simultaneous equation. So x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 2x plus 2. So rearrange this equation equal to 0. So x squared plus 3x minus 10 minus 2x minus 2 equals 0. So x squared 3 plus 3x minus 2x is plus x minus 10 minus 2 minus 12 equals 0. We need to factorize this one. So if you multiply negative 12, if you add plus 1, so 3 and 4 plus 4 negative 3. So x equal minus 4, x equal 3. If x equal to minus 4, I'm going to substitute this into y equals 2x plus 2. So 2 times 2 times negative 4 plus 2 is negative 8 plus 2, negative 6. Next one, so the coordinate is negative 4 comma negative 6. If x equal to 0, I'm going to substitute 2 times 3 plus 2, which is 6 plus 2, which is 8. So the coordinate 3 comma 8. So these are the 2 points, intersection points. The coordinates is minus 3 minus 6, sorry, minus 4 minus 6 and 3 comma 8. These are 2 points. Next video will be covering part 5, translating graphs. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.